Hey, a giveaway is coming. The Mojo 60 Ember mechanical keyboard will be up for grabs. Subscribe now and keep an eye out for the giveaway. Apple has gone rather aggressive on their privacy marketing campaign for their new iPhone lineup, likely as a response to the recent happenings of being called out for logging activity on iPhones and Macs. And with statements like, "Our generation failed you, so now we're going to do something about it," and new billboard saying, "iPhone is privacy." Is iPhone privacy really all that now? By the way, this little bag I'm taking the phone out of is called the Faraday Bag. It is designed to block all signals going in and out of the device. This is a nicer one compared to my other ones, close with Velcro and look kind of raggedy. This one is leather and closes with magnets. Your phone is constantly sending data out about its location and connecting with other devices, even in airplane mode. It's basically shouting out information about itself everywhere it goes. When I'm not using the phone regularly, I'll keep it in this bag like when I head to bed. I also use it for my older phones that have two-factor authentication on them. I'll leave a link in the comments if you would like to get one for yourself. They have taken some great steps, and they always have been more restrictive with their App Store than Google. I'm speaking of Apple, of course. So here are a list of privacy features they are focusing on, at least according to their website. There's a camera light that lets you know when an app is using your camera. They try to be more descriptive of when your personal data is being used. They claim to have anonymized all data they collect from Siri, Maps, etc. They claim that your Face ID and financial information are stored locally and never leave the device. You get the option of opting out from personal ads. This is all great and dandy, but then, I read the privacy policy, and although they have implemented these changes, still doesn't change the fact that they could get to that data if they really wanted to, even if it's stored on your phone. One example is iMessages. They are said to be encrypted, but they are still stored with Apple servers, or they pass through Apple servers, and Apple has a key to access them. And I mean, at least they're not reading through them, at least not that we know. And in contrast with Google, who reads all your email and tries to advertise to you, at least Apple claims they're not doing that. So, okay, iPhone has made great improvements and is probably better than Google in this regard. All I wanted was to start from scratch with this phone. All sensors, features, services disabled, and then I should, and I would like to, just be able to choose exactly what I would like to allow. Transparency is cool, and that's what Apple likes to boast. We ask the user of X their permission to do something for everything. But then I tried to set up my phone and realized just how hard it is to get the type of privacy Apple is marketing. Here are some of the things I did to get my iPhone set up, and the phone clearly doesn't like it. Apple requires an Apple ID to use the phone. This will forever be an identifier to which I created a spoof name and email location. Not sure why they even need this info, but whatever. Location services off. I marked Siri off, iCloud off, contact tracing off. So here is where privacy transparency fails. Again, I marked all this stuff as off, or I didn't even set it up. Apparently, Siri voice is just not set up, so it's turned off when you start the phone. But if you do not go into every app and disable Siri learning about your behaviors inside the app, it will continue to do so. It will track and learn about your behavior in every app that you download. There's no global way to disable it. Not only that, any new app you download, you need to go in and disable it every time. This is super annoying. I don't know why Siri needs to know what I do in every single app or learn from it. iCloud is also not turned off. It is still set to upload data and run backups by default, which is also another item Apple has a backdoor to. To turn it off, you actually need to go into your account and settle it there. Find My iPhone was also not fully disabled after running through it in the initial setup. You must also go into settings and disable personal ads, and health data collection is also not disabled. There are multiple layers to this one in general. Fitness motion sensors that need to be disabled separately from the health app. So you see where I'm going. Even though you chose not to set up services on the initial setup, does not mean that they aren't already partially set up to receive data. This is really deceiving because most users won't know. I've also chosen not to set up Apple Pay, use Face ID, and I'm constantly notified that I have not set up those features, and I need to finish setting up my iPhone, even though I chose not to use them. Look, it is great that Apple claims to want to take these steps, but they feel as empty as their point about saving the earth by not including a charger with the iPhone. In case you don't realize, you are adding additional materials for packaging the charger separately, so what the fork? A user shouldn't have to go through the trouble of digging through all the features buried in the settings just to disable everything that should have been disabled by default, so that the user really has the choice and transparency to enable them if they want to. I mean, that is if Apple truly wants to be transparent about things. One last thing to add is that the statement, everything you do on your iPhone stays on your iPhone, is also misleading. It might work if you only use Apple apps. Even then, they let you know that they are using your data. You probably should only use Apple apps anyways to get the limited privacy promise of Apple, but as soon as you download a Google app of any kind, you're forked. Let me know in the comments if you would like a video on how to disable everything you possibly can on this thing, and I'll share with you my setup. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and dislike it if you didn't. Love seeing your feedback. Peace.